It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Today, it's a Week 9 matchup. We're all set to go, as it'll be the Wizards of Louisville taking on our home team.
Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you take a look at our home side as we enter play here. They've certainly found their groove of late, winners of 5 in a row.
And I think the sky's the limit for this team. They're playing the best football that they've played in a long time.
Meanwhile, for the visitors, Louisville,
they come in just in an absolute free fall, losers of 7 in a row.
And this is where you turn to your best players and look at them and say, can you guide us out of this?
The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9?
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
So out comes this offense to take over for the first time.
It's Josh Allen that'll be orchestrating the offense, a 6'5" quarterback from Wyoming.
And what a first half of the season he's had, leading the NFL in passing yards to this point. It's been a tough man to slow down. So this defense certainly has its work cut out for him.
4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
2nd and 6.
You see the numbers for Corum a week ago.
13 carries, 61 yards.
They run once more with Corum.
That's a very nice winning streak that they're on, and they've really seen this offense come into its own as a unit.
And all the way in for the touchdown.
Blake Corum, his 8th rushing touchdown on the year.
And his guys have taken a first-quarter lead.
Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
The extra point up and good by Aubrey.
And it's now a 7-0 game.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. He takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
So out comes this offense to take over for the first time.
They're led by the number 1 overall pick in the 2021 draft, Trevor Lawrence.
And I'll bet he's talking to his guys about resisting the temptation to try and turn this into an up-and-down game. Almost like basketball, where both teams press, and one team gets an advantage, the other team's trying to run with them, and they're just not equipped for it. Doesn't matter whether you're equipped or not. Just settle in, get calm before you go for the big strikes.
4 receivers now, 3 to the right, 1 to the left. Second down and 4. That throw taken in by Jamison Williams. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
That's good.
We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try to get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1.
Here now, 3rd and a yard. They go play action with Lawrence. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders fly into the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
4th down, and out comes Jordan Stout here to punt.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away.
The home team's offense and their quarterback coming out for their second drive. And as we transition into the second half of the season, he continues to put up big numbers on a consistent basis. Currently the NFL's leader in passing as we play here in the month of November. The drive starts with a carry by Corum.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before it's taken down. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Again, it's Corum.
And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 40-yard line.
Allen.
That's into the hands of Flowers over the middle. They'll come up facing 3rd and 5.
It's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 60 catches for him now on the year. This last one, a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
As a coach, you absolutely love seeing your offense find their rhythm early, and that's exactly what we've seen so far. They had a touchdown on their opening drive, and now they connect here for another nice gain for a 1st down. This offense is moving the ball well, exactly as they drew it up in practice.
Offside. Defense.
So with the completed pass and the yardage they got, they'll decline the penalty.
So obviously, more yards on the pass completion than they would have gained with the penalty. They did the math. They did it well, and it works for them.
Straight ahead, here's Mason.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
Tyrod Dodson on the tackle. No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10.
Allen going to throw. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32.
That time, Bradley Chubb shooting in there for the sack.
Yeah, some real defensive resistance there, saying not so fast to a good drive. They had marched to the end zone the last time out.
A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Throwing now is Allen.
He's got his man. It's Pierce.
And he's going to be marked down short of the 1st down, right around the 17. 14 yards is the pickup there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
Nice job understanding the situation. 3rd and long, kept the play in front of them and made the tackle. They gave up a good chunk of yardage, but it does force a 4th down.
And this one is right through.
So another scoring drive there, Charles, and an early 2-score lead.
You'd like the 6 there, partner, but you'll take the 3, and I think they have to be happy about the way they moved the ball in these first 2 drives. They have to feel good about their opportunities the rest of the game.
They're able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line.
Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their 2nd drive.
And Charles, these early season in-division games are always interesting because you're still kind of figuring yourself out, but you want to know as much as you can about the opponent, especially when it's a division matchup. So I'm curious to see how the rest of this one plays out.
Yeah, that's a good point because they're still trying to work things out. They don't know everything about their own team, let alone trying to figure out their opponent. But you got to do both on the fly, don't you? While the game's being played, figure it out both ways and try and find a way to win.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. They'll bring a receiver in motion right.
Play action. It's Lawrence.
Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. So a nice bounce back there defensively after giving up the big play.
Yeah, you can either get down on yourself or you can get motivated. And that time, they dropped him for a loss. So I would say that they got motivated and made the play.
Well, that's to the left sideline and incomplete. When you look at this defense,
they've been pretty much a mess against the pass, number 31 in the league.
It's really difficult to prepare for this team. This is the #1 overall passing team in the NFL, but it shouldn't be hard to get excited about playing against them. The ultimate test going against that unit.
And that's why you and I are excited to broadcast this game.
Yes, sir.
They'll wind up with 17 on that one, but they're still a bit short here for fourth.
Matt Prater on for the field goal. A 51-yard attempt.
And that is no good. Hit it well from distance, but he couldn't work it back in, and they will not cut into that 10-point lead. Now listen, now no kick from 50-plus is a gimme, but here you're indoors in a dome. You'd think ideal conditions.
Yeah, and it's one that he would expect himself to make, not just us expecting him to make it. Over the years, my theory is very simple. The athletic ability of kickers continues to get better and better. Check their backgrounds. They were all county, all state, at other positions, not just soccer players. These guys expect themselves to be great as well.
Now a second and 10. Running left, Corum. Oh, heck of a move.
Man.
Well, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 119 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
It's second down and 10.
They run straight ahead with Corum.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere.
No gain on the play. It's third and 10.
Allen from the gun on third down. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now fourth down.
Results in a fourth down.
And he missed it. It's no good. And the lead will hold at 10.
And anytime you see a kicker trot out to try one from 56 yards, you know everything's got to come off perfectly for it to have a chance. If the laces aren't quite right, if he doesn't hit the fat part of the ball just right, it's unlikely to go through, and that one winds up no good.
Now Lawrence. Going out wide, finds Chubb.
That's good for a gain of 6. And that will bring up second down.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up second.
Lawrence will throw.
And his throw is going to be incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
A short one there, caught by Warren.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the third down conversion.
First down.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. The linebacker, Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, on the tackle.
A gain of 2. Brings up second and 8.
10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter, and it's our visitors with the football, as they've got a 2nd and 8 forthcoming. Looking to throw, Lawrence. Got his man, it's Warren. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
It's a gain of 16 yards.
Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
First down.
And this offense has been a little slow to get going, but some signs of life here in this second quarter. They're moving it pretty good, and that helps the cause as well. Good yardage and another first down.
And this ball incomplete. Looked very much to be a catchable ball and could not hang on. Second down coming up.
At the 23-yard line.
Now Lawrence. Here's Higgins out on the right side. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
12 yards. That's another Louisville first down.
And now a fake on the jet sweep and a give to Chubb.
And a missed tackle there as he pushes forward for a gain of 4.
Facing a 2nd and 6 from the 8. From the gun, it's Lawrence.
And it's caught. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal. That time they hit him out of the slot on the drag.
And that route takes some fortitude from the guy running it because he knows he's going through the briar patch, as I like to call it, right? He's trying to work his way through all that traffic, and people want to put a little contact on him. Really well done.
And no signal yet. I don't think he got in. He didn't. They'll mark him at the 1. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal.
Out of the gun, it's Lawrence.
And it's caught. Touchdown.
Jaden Higgins, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Wizards have cut it back within a score.
There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Now Matt Prater for the point after. And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now.
Makes the score our home team.
So that one a long 11-play drive. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away.
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The home team's offense and Blake Corum set to take over again. And as a play caller, when you've got a guy who's running like this, you lean on him and your offensive line. He's had big hole after big hole to run through in this first half. They'll run with Corum.
Now the ball comes loose. And the defense will get their hands on it, going the other way. And they're going to be set up in the red zone right around the 17-yard line.
You remember in preseason when we were going to the different training camps and visiting teams, and we always would see the running backs working out and going through those gauntlet drills, and, you know, guys either slapping at the ball or the machines. You got to learn to take care of it.
Yeah, they lost it there. Big fumble.
So here's Louisville set to take over on offense. They've got the ball in a great spot here, already inside the red zone following that fumble recovery. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Following the fumble recovery, Lawrence.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10.
It's now 2nd and 10.
Here's Lawrence to throw.
To the end zone, but it's incomplete. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
From the shotgun, Lawrence. Open man, the tight end Warren.
And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. So he'll be stopped here for no gain. And that'll bring up 4th down. And the 42-year-old veteran's kick is up and good. And that will knot us up at 10.
So the fumble recovery had them set up in ideal field position, but they can muster only 3 points out of it.
Yeah, when you're able to force turnovers, especially when it results in field position like they had, you really want to make it hurt. Here, they take the field goal. That's definitely not what they were looking for.
And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. This offense headed back out, captained, of course, by their quarterback. And he continues to be a nightmare for teams to defend in the red zone. You see the graphic. He's 2nd in the NFL in terms of rushing touchdowns by a quarterback. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. From the 38 now, here's 2nd down and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Up the middle, here's Corum. Shreds him with a stiff arm. And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line. 139 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield.
Now a 2nd and 6.
2nd and 6.
From the gun to give to Corum.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. This offense so far on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Here's Allen. That one into the hands of Flowers. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a 1st down.
A gain of 9 yards.
That's good for 9 yards as they convert on the 3rd down play.
1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a first carry for their fullback. Tyrell Dotson there on the tackle.
He was tackled at the 27.
These two teams hooking up for the 2nd time this year. They first met back in October, week 7, and it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home.
Allen going to run with it. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9.
A gain of 17 yards. That's another 1st down.
They'll run here with Corum.
And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown.
Blake Corum.
His 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And his guys have taken the lead.
So his strong first half continues as he finds the end zone here for the 2nd time.
And definitely good blocking at the point of attack, and you just have to love watching the way he can create space down near the goal line, and he's able to take it into the end zone.
Aubrey good with a PAT.
And that makes it a 17-10 score.
17. Visitors 10.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. So here's Louisville set to take over on offense.
They find themselves down 17-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together.
Although a jet sweep to start the drive.
Trying to run inside, but nothing there.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
As a wideout, when you take that handoff and you're coming around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not...
Well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw on that play with a loss. That one complete to Ligon.
And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd.
From the gun on 3rd down, Lawrence. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. He's exceeded his receiving yards from a week ago, and we're still in the first half. It's a 1st down.
43-yard line.
In motion right, that's Williams. On play action, Lawrence. A short one there, caught by Warren.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. From the 48-yard line, here's a 2nd and 5. Lawrence going to throw again.
Trying to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. And he's able to bring it out 5 yards shy of midfield to the 45-yard line.
Before we came up to the booth,
Last thing he says when walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They'll start following the interception in great field position at the 45. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete. Second and 10. To throw, it's Allen. Lets one go downfield for Pierce. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
Brings up a third down and 10 yards.
Now Allen. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown. Allen Pierce, 55 yards. And they're able to add on to their advantage. And they use that height on the outside to get the score.
We've seen the evolution of the wide receivers. They've gotten taller and taller, but they've retained their quickness and their speed. It's a lethal combination.
Always good to have wide receivers with height. Aubrey down for the PAT. And the lead is up to 14. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it was capped off by a touchdown catch from Alec Pierce. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. So here's Louisville set to take over on offense. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Lawrence. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Brings up second and 10.
Now Lawrence to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's brought down, but not before reaching the 30. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
27 on the play. First down, Wizards.
Waste of time.
Good, strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
So first and 10 now from the 30. Throwing again here. It's Lawrence. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line.
Back at the 37-yard line.
Here's Lawrence. They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. First and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Got a man, and that's Leggett. And he is out of bounds, looks like right at the 15.
Out of bounds at the 15-yard line.
To throw again on second down. Lawrence. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. This is first and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. And to throw again is Lawrence. This is caught. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. And Xavier Leggett, his first touchdown on the year. And the Wizards get a late score here in the final minute of the first half.
I think everyone in the league talks about finishing, don't they? Doesn't matter whether it's a quarter, a half, a game, a series, whatever. But they're finishing the first half in fine style, putting that one in the end zone.
They did, and they didn't leave much time on the clock either. Well done. Extra point good by Prater. And that cuts the lead to 24-17. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. This offense back to work now late in this first half. And with a 7-point lead, they'll likely look to take this to the locker room and not really press the issue.
On play action, Allen.
Throw caught by Flowers.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number one. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Here's Allen to throw it. Under pressure, and down he goes. Well-timed effort there by Derwin James, a sack from his safety position.
So this has been a lot like a tennis match, hasn't it? Back and forth. Both of these offenses having their way so far. So maybe the question isn't who's going to score the most points in this game. Maybe it's who's going to get some stops.
Yeah, absolutely. And that sack, finally a first step in the right direction for a stop. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
Throw out wide is incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. To the air, Allen.
Throw right side here going to be incomplete.
One first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
Out is Rigoberto Sanchez on 4th down to punt this thing. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away.
So halftime straight ahead, and that means we go to Scott Hansen. It is our EA Sports halftime report. Scott, take it away.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. It's week 9 of the regular season, basically the halfway point of the year. So let's get into it. Here are the highlights. Our journey around the NFL starts now with an intriguing matchup in the AFC. And it's Jalen Hurts. Well done here. It's a touchdown. The Golden Eagles come away with a 4-point victory. Next up, it's the next matchup in the NFL International Series games. And it's Tyler Algier. He'll find an opening and take it in, a 6-yard rushing touchdown. The Nighthawks, looking to even their mark at 4-4, they lead here at the half. One more to tell you about in the NFL International Series. And this is Sam Darnold. Finding his man in the end zone, that's Dallas Goedert. The Lumberjacks lead by a field goal at halftime. A look now at the rest of the scores around the NFL as we reach the halfway point of the regular season. Meanwhile, in our game, both teams have been able to move the ball effectively. It might be a question of which defense can make a stand in the second half, as we send you back out to Brandon and Charles.
Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3?
And he won't quite make it to the 25. And this offense ready to go to begin this third quarter. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
Now Lawrence. A short one there, caught by Warren. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Fifth catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down.
For many teams, the evaluation of tight ends has really changed. We used to wonder about how they would block first and foremost. Now we want to know how these guys can run, because we envision them in offenses, catch the ball. How much yardage can they gain after that?
And that on display there for a good pickup. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one by the line of scrimmage.
Brings up third down and 13.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And that's incomplete.
Intended for Ty Felton.
And so many times we look at the opening drive of the third quarter as a tone setter, and many coaches do emphasize it. And that's a strong performance there defensively to force incompletion and, more importantly, force a quick punting situation.
It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And they will take over first and 10. So now out comes this offense led by their quarterback as they take over once more. And he's been a tough guy to contain this year, and his numbers reflect that, as you can see right here. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Corum now on first and 10. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
41. A gain of 4. It's now second and 6.
Now Allen. Right side, he finds his receiver, Horton. And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on third down.
And 6.
Allen. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
It's now fourth down.
As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
And that is no good. He gave it a good run. That wasn't more than a foot or so wide to the left. And this will remain a one-touchdown game.
Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
Two sides to every coin. This is the bad side of missing the 58-yarder. Now they start at the 48. Lawrence will throw. Throw over the middle. He finds Williams. Second and 7.
A 3-yard pickup. Brings up second and 7.
Here's Lawrence to throw. Finding Williams once more. Complete.
Lawrence's pass.
Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on third. Looking to throw. Lawrence. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And touchdown! And Xavier Legette with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Wizards are within an extra point of tying up this ball game.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
Prater for the extra point. And that will tie us at 24. Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. This offense making its way back out, led by their running back. And you have to imagine this defense saying, how do we stop this guy? He has run roughshod through him to this point in the third quarter. Allen going to throw. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he's going to lose a yard or 2. Taken down behind the line. Baron Browning. He's the culprit, dropping him for a 2-yard loss.
And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA and power forward. It's really a difficult task.
Allen now looks to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
The 49-yard line.
Throwing now is Allen. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, what, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. And that'll make it 3rd and 13. And not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Partner, the way this offense has marched up and down the field during this game, it's almost a surprise to see an incomplete pass on 3rd down, isn't it?
Yeah, they have had their foot on the gas all game long, but here finally stalling out. And Sanchez on to punt here as he sends this one away. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. The Wizards offense and their wide receiver getting set for this next possession. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown. Their last time out, looking to repeat that, Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. Now Lawrence. They set up the screen to Chubb. That's going to bring up 4th down, only a gain of 2 there.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
And they'll send out their punter now, standing just about on his own goal line. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive.
Ball under 39. Here's 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Here's Allen.
39-yard line.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard.
And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
That was one I kind of saw coming, Charles. You had a free safety just hanging back there over the middle, waiting, and he saw that ball go in the air, and he jumped on it.
And I don't know why the quarterback didn't see that. That was just your standard cover 3, which means the free safety in the middle of the field, the 2 corners, and they divide the field in thirds. But when you have a free safety with range, like a good center fielder, he can go from side to side and make plays on the football as he did there.
Well, he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Probably a bit of a surprise call there on first down, but how about a tone setter for the drive? Picking up nice yardage with the big man setting the tone physically.
And again, they'll go right back to their fullback. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. 7 yards there and a first down.
A gain of 7 and a Louisville first down.
The slot man in motion right.
Now they show jet sweep, but instead a run up the middle here.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line.
A gain of 12
They pick up
yards.
12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
Louisville.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
They run it again with Chubb. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again.
Louisville, first down. A gain of 16 yards. First down, Wizards.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. All even as we get ready to start the fourth. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
Well, we say it often, Charles, but not all interceptions are created equally, and that is a big one here in a tie ball game in the fourth quarter.
And, Brandon, when games are this close, it usually comes down to the team making the fewest mistakes, and that was one of our mantras back at Tennessee. Coach Majors used to say all the time, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. You've got to cut those down to give yourself an opportunity.
Looking to put a drive together. So after the INT, it's Allen. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
37-yard line. A gain of 9.
On the give, it's Mason. And he stopped immediately there. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave him 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
It's 4th
Good
down.
clean play. No flags coming out of the pocket of the officials. Turns into an incompletion, and that should get them off the field with a 3 and out.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he'll come on to kick this one away. Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line.
The Wizards offense and Trevor Lawrence getting set for this next drive. And he has been masterful so far in leading this offense. He's kept the mistakes to a minimum. He's been on point with his passes, and he's generally been one step ahead of this defense all game long.
And he'll be brought down here at the 28. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
And again, it's Chubb. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage.
He was brought down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
From the gun, it's Lawrence. He had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
Here's Stout to punt as he boots this one away.
Taken from just outside the 30. A 40-yard punt, give him 3 on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the 4th quarter. On the draw, Corum. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. From the 43, here's 2nd down and 2.
At the 43-yard line.
Now Allen. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
Complete to Blake Corum.
On the give, it's Corum.
And he's going to take this one down inside the 45.
Boy, 184 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
It's 2nd and inches.
To throw, it's Allen.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bottling him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
3rd down and less than a yard.
Allen now on the sneak. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first.
It's a gain of 2.
2 yards is the pickup, and it's good enough for a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. And that'll be incomplete.
Intended for
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Marshawn Lattimore there defensively.
Over the middle, complete. That's Flowers. He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
Allen now from the gun on 3rd down.
He's got his running back out of the backfield.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Play action. Now it's Allen. And he rifles one incomplete.
Intended for
so now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
The coverage by Jack Campbell.
Allen to throw once more.
That's taken in by Bond.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
That's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 3.
From the gun, it's Allen. He'll try to, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Bradley Chubb able to record his 5th sack of the season. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to break our 4th quarter tie. And his kick is right there. It's good. And they have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
The visitors' offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been that successful. He just processes things so quickly and makes the right read seemingly every time. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And not a whole lot there, maybe a yard to the 27.
27-yard line. 1 yard gain. Brings up second and goal.
Now Lawrence to throw. Throws out left. It's caught by Williams.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
That's a gain of 5. Brings up third and
in motion, the tight end. Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
And they get 14 yards there and a first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Play action. It's Lawrence.
And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
Upton stout there defensively.
Throwing again here. It's Lawrence. He throws it on the middle, but can't connect as that falls incomplete.
Incomplete. It's 3rd down.
From the gun on 3rd down, Lawrence.
Open man is Higgins. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40.
12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down.
And the Louisville first down. A gain of 12.
Lawrence will throw.
And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
Now 2nd and 4.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
Here's Lawrence to throw.
35-yard line.
He's going to drop this one down for Chubb.
And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. Lawrence.
This pass complete to Higgins. And out of bounds right around the 20.
Out of bounds at the 20-yard line. It's a gain of 5.
Throwing now, Lawrence.
To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Well, this crowd doing their best to make a lot of racket. It's 3rd and 5. Back to throw, Lawrence.
Oh, a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch.
A gain of 12 yards. That's good for a Louisville first down. First down, Louisville.
All right, let's just put it on the table real quick here. This is 2-minute drill. You got to know they're looking for their #1 receiver.
Yeah, you think they'd be ready for that? That time they weren't.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Leads to 2nd and goal.
Here's Lawrence.
And he's going to drop this off to his fullback.
This crowd doing all they can. Here's 3rd and goal.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down.
Levi Onwuzurike charging in and finishing off the sack.
Partner, you absolutely cannot take a sack in that situation. Now, it's also 4th down.
Now here's a timeout coming on the defensive side of the ball. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to potentially send us to overtime.
Prater's kick is good. Well, I don't know if they would have gone for it on 4th and goal anyway, but the sack on 3rd down pretty much made their mind up for them.
You're exactly right about that. And this is a tough place on the field to take a sack because, as you just noted, it took the decision-making away from them. Now they have to go for a field goal instead of potentially going for it.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And Charles, obviously not much time left. I'm curious to see if there's enough for them to get into field goal range and try to win this thing.
And partner, you and I both know the safe calls to kneel and just take it into overtime. But it's also very tough to pass up a chance to win it right now as well. But remember, if you do attempt that, It's got to be a big play downfield and still leave yourself enough time to get your field goal unit out there and kick for the win.
Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock.
Well, this offense still has the one timeout here, remember. 1st and 10. On the handoff, Corum.
So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. And now it all rests on the right foot of their kicker. This a long one from 54. And his kick is indeed good. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. And I tell you, when it comes to needing a field goal in closing seconds, pressure situation, there's something to be said for having a veteran kicker trot out there.
Agreed. It's so nice to have someone you can rely on, someone who you know has done it before. And this guy's as cool as they come, isn't he?
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. So the game will continue for at least one more play.
To not finish a game on a defensive penalty, that's why they get one more untimed attempt.
And his kick is good. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. Final whistle blows, and we need some extra time here to decide who will be the victor.
60 minutes, just not enough some days to decide who's going to win the game.
And here in overtime, a quick reminder, the game no longer ends following an offensive touchdown on the opening drive. Both sides will have the chance to possess the ball unless there's a defensive touchdown. In that case, the game will end right there. Well, 4 quarters couldn't decide things, so it's on to overtime here as the kick is away.
Oh, a good return up past the 30.
And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return. The home side once again ready to take over offensively. And they get the ball first here in this overtime period. Remember, even if they score a touchdown, it's not over. There's always a chance to go and score a touchdown.
It's intercepted.
Jack Campbell with a pick.
And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line.
What a big-time interception that is here on the first drive of overtime. And now, Charles, they're already knocking on the door with this short field. Remember, all they need is 3 points to win this game.
And that thinking just can't limit them on offense. The playbook should still be wide open. Get a first down, maybe 2. Do it safely. Nice throws that your quarterback can make. Nice runs that your running backs like. But make sure you get yourself in position and let your kicker have at it.
12 yards as they get to reset the sticks.
A gain of 12. And a Louisville first down.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns. But guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
And he's got his man in stride, complete.
Next score wins, but remember, this will be a tie if the period ends with no scoring as they work on second down. Now Lawrence.
Oh, and it's intercepted.
Picked by Cameron Bynum.
And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
So an interception on one side and then an interception on the other. So both quarterbacks, Charles, with turnovers here in overtime.
So apparently one good defensive play deserves another. Both sides coming up big in overtime, both getting interceptions, trying to set up their teams to score and win the game.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, this is a pretty rare situation here, Charles. You get into overtime, neither team coming through with even a field goal on their first drive. So now, sudden death with the time remaining. Next score wins.
And now I would say that going at it,
Might be a little bit easier for both teams now because they eased into overtime that first series. Boy, everything on the line then. Now you've seen what a defense is throwing at you. You can make some adjustments, and all you need is 3 points to win it.
And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's a 2nd and 4.
36-yard line. It's a pickup of 6.
Now a handoff for Corum.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
202 yards rushing for him now on the afternoon as he just continues to pummel this defense.
He continues to be effective running the football, a big reason that they have the lead.
And I love one of the quotes that I read about him where he said of himself, "I love it when a team just hops on my back and I just carry them along."
And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
From the 47, it's 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 47-yard line.
Allen.
Throw caught by Flowers.
That'll give him 60 yards receiving now as he's got a first down.
That's another first down.
On the ground, this is Corum.
That's some good hard running there as he'll push his way forward for about 5.
From the 35, here's 2nd down and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 35.
Again, it's Corum.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
3rd down and 5.
They'll run with Corum. And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line.
It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
And a first down. 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
This has been a good drive so far, and it's been the running game for the most part that's powered them down there. Another nice burst there, picking up a first down. Now it's 1st and 10, as you said, in the red zone.
And now this game's going to come down to the right leg of their kicker. This to win it in overtime. And he got it. The kick is good in overtime. He's able to split the uprights. And this home crowd is in a frenzy as their guys have pulled it out of the end.
A lot more was on the line in this one than just defending your home field, CD. They defend their home field against a division rival and get the victory, so this one feels a little extra special.
It has to, right? There's always just a little more emphasis on games like this. Everyone talks about playing each game the exact same way, but you and I both know that is not true. Division rivals, you want to take care of business not just at home, but against a team that you really don't like very much too.
So for the home team here, they're setting themselves up as a major contender as they move to 8-1 now on the year. And they'll get to stay home again next week.
Meanwhile, for Louisville,
the difficult season continues as they drop to 1-8. And they'll get a chance to